Okay, welcome back. So we are going to follow up with another best practice of the security of the cloud. Now, why Security Hub is important? Because Security Hub, that's the foundation for the security best practice, version 1 and version 1.2. And also it's enable different compliance such as PCI DSS and HIPAA or others. Security Hub is also integrated with various of security component product services such as Guard Duty's remote Guard Duty, Inspector, IMAC, IAM Access Analyzer, and Firewall Managers. Why the Guard Duty is important? Guard Duty that's for the threat monitoring, for the machine learning and automatic detection, and also it's integrated with CloudWatch and CloudTrail, and through the event, and those events can be set up in the Lambda or Event Hub or 11.2, and then those actions such as through the step functions, can be either take out of the vulnerability instance or move out those move those policies, deny those policies, or maybe send out the manual alarm to the SOC and NOC team. The second, which is for the key management, have three different type of customer master key management. One is customer managed CMK, which is customer master key management. Another one, which is AWS customer management key. The third one, which is AWS own key. So the difference is, the automatic rotation period is different. For the customer management key, usually the retention is 1 year, and AWS manage the key, which is for 3 years. It is important to create the SAP policies with the managed key, because they can reduce the risk, be either change or delete certain SAP policies. This example, if we embedded some of the key here in the SAP and putting up the deny rules, deny permit, deny rules, and if there's some IAM user in one particular account, if they try to change the SAP policy and particular boundary, and if the key is not allowed, or if they don't have key, then they don't have the authority to do that. So the best practice, you're going to embed the key within the SAP. Second, you're going to integrate the CloudTrail log file integrations, because that's for the automatize all the event. You look at this flow: user, IDP, authentication, and then cognito. We are going to, or single sign-on cognito. We're going to single sign-on short-term STS token, and this STS, we are going to allow the user to use it to access the application temporarily. But those events, those logs need to be monitored and need to logged and keep in the log files and going to save it. The single sign-on, that's really the key. You need to have a hybrid and single sign-on and unified and federal, and we're going to set up the permissions for this, single sign-on, which connects the premises towards AWS Cloud and other cloud, and it will be SAML 2.0 based, and going to generate STS short-term credentials for that. The third one, next one, which is don't give too much credential to the root users, or if you have to give the root users a permission, log them. So this is typical setup, which is for the root user, you need to set up the CloudWatch for that event and track the Lambda function. On Lambda function, we are going to have the SQS or SNS send the notification. Why this is important? As I just pointed out, the SP deny permit deny if you're going to have a deny rules, and also this deny rules, we're always going to make sure you're going to have the authority of the putting the boundary and the key management. Then you're going to make sure there's someone probably don't have authority. They're not going to have the permit to change the SV file, or maybe do the changes. So this is a typical example of, let's say, a firewall rules. This what firewall rules, you're putting a SAP denier for certain boundaries, only allowed certain condition. What is the condition of changes? That condition, which is they are only allowed to change the string if when the instance within one certain type they're allowed to change. So you're putting, let's say, you're putting this denier rules. This is really centralized important. And also there's firewall manager. They're going to look at the firewall manager policies, and through the firewall manager you can have centralized views about what's happening on those security incidents. Always using session manager instead of a jump based on or jump host, because session manager, that's through the turner, it's more secure way, and to the private VPC. S3 bucket always block the public access. Don't give, and also putting the IAM rule there. Make sure they're going to have boundary controls. And backup policy, automatic backup, and you're going to make sure backup and Windows and changes, and also system manager, you're going to make sure system manager go automatically do all the patching and configuration changes and all the things.